Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Jerry Royce, and welcome to the Positive Power 21 Network with Uncovering Mr. Right, my love story. Please sit back, relax, release, and enjoy this presentation of Uncovering Mr. Right, my love story.
Hey Sharon, how you doing tonight?
Hi, Jerry. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. We're so happy for you to join us tonight on Uncovering Mr. Right. Now, this is where we get women's perspective on the different things. Now, hold on one second. I got somebody that was calling in with a message. One second. Okay. All right. She was just asking me a question about that music. I was just playing around with it. All right. So far we have some people that's going to be coming in. I'm going to unmute some. Well, they're muted. I'm going to take them off a hold, and they be good to go. All right. Okay. All right, Sharon. We would like to talk to you about uncovering Mr. Right. Now, do you have your Mr. Right?
Yes, I do.
All right. And you'd like to share his name?
Barry Johnson.
Barry Johnson. Great, great. Now, he's a good guy.
Yes, he is, I must say. Um, I cannot say no more than that's my Mr. Right. He's everything that I asked for.
Good. Good, good. Now, how long you been dating your Mr. Right?
um, about 3-4 years. Yeah,
Three,
about
four.
3 or 4 years.
Good, good. And it's going in the direction you wanted to go in?
The direction we want to go in.
All right, good. Now, let's get a little bit of your background. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I am 56. I I work for Social Security. I've been there I'm going in my 7th year. I'm a benefits authorizer. I process claims. Um, I have my master's degree in business management. I have 17 years of medical background, which I'm still pursuing that. And basically, enjoying life. I have
All
a
right.
daughter, a beautiful daughter, and a wonderful granddaughter.
All right. Sound good. Sound good. All right. So it sounds
hmm
like you have your life going in the right direction that you want.
Well, I'm trying. I mean, sometimes things like that takes time, when you have to set the path. And always when you set the path, it never goes in the direction that you want it to, but it's all in time and God's time. And then it's also, you staying focused, staying, clear, and making sure that, what you really want, you go after it.
That's right.
And
That's right.
that's what I do. And I don't let nothing derail me away from it. And I just keep on pressing and pressing.
That's right. And you can't do it alone. Now, I was reading that, and I think it was on Oprah's website, and
Mhm.
this was under Gail's show. And Gail, they said it's a difference between being a soulmate and having I guess your life partner, you want to call it. Is it a difference to you?
I don't think so. I think the best thing in a relationship is just making sure somebody is right there for you, right, wrong, or indifferent, and then making sure that you're both clear on what you want and they support you in what you want to do. And that's the main thing. They got to be there to support you and be there. When things don't go right, they're there to support you and uplift you and say, okay, well, let's go back at it again. Let's do it again and keep on pressing. But they got to also believe. It's like you got to get them to see your vision and help you reach that vision. But then it just don't go just one way. It goes both ways because I have a vision and they have a vision as well. So you got to be there for both. You can't. It's not all about you. It's about both of you, and then doing it together. My mother always used to tell me, you can't do everything by yourself. You're always going to want somebody there to be with you, but they got to
That's
be
right.
there totally from the heart and not just being there, just hanging on your skirt tail, just
Hmm.
seeing you getting there and then reaping the benefits. You want to turn around and look and say, yeah, I didn't get here by myself. I had somebody help me get along.
That's right. That's right. Now we don't know too much about your past. Now, have you ever been married before?
Yes, twice.
Okay. How long were you married?
12 years. The second time, the first time, I don't remember. I don't remember that.
All right. So you have some experience with marriage. Now, let's talk a little about the first one. What happened? You think the first one? I mean, 12 years is a long time, but it is enough time where people start to change and grow in different directions because of age.
True.
Now, were you really young when you got married the first time?
I was, and at the same token, he was, I could say, got it, or he knew where he wanted to go, and I was still out there. I call it like a fish in the sea trying to figure out, a ship in the sea trying to figure out which direction. So that kind of like hurt us too, because I wanted to still do things that I should have done before I got married.
Right.
And I can say I played a part in that, not being truthfully devoted and committed. So when I did it the second time, I did it with the intentions of, okay, it's about family. It's about commitment. It's about, everybody get on the same page, move in the same direction. And then looking for some positive things and in a direction like home buying, school. But in the second one, none of that happened. It was more of he was focused on the things he wanted to do and not on family. Right. Then plus it was finances came into it too, where, every day is not going to be a bed of roses, but you got to have each other's back,
That's right. Partnership.
If he fall, you lift him and you covered him and vice versa. But you don't keep falling and then you don't do your part in keeping the household together. The biggest
now, did you guys have any children? Did you guys have any children involved with the first relationship?
No.
Kids? How about home ownership?
No. Well, yes, we did, and that worked out pretty good because when we decided to go our separate ways, he just paid me out. I was okay with that. And then the second one, we didn't have no kids, so that was a good thing.
Yes.
Mary R.D.
All right. Now that's a great thing when you can cut clear ties when you don't have any children involved. The house, maybe property, it can make it harder, to separate.
It do, Jerry, but it shouldn't, because if you came into the relationship, if you bought something in the relationship, then you take what you bought in, and if you came in there together as a house, then you come and sit down as adults and try to work it out, and stop being petty and want to fight or whatever the case. I think it's all about communication, and sometimes people just want to see the other one do bad. If they're doing bad, they want to see you do bad as well. But it never works out that way, because you could do bad and the other person could do good. But you don't pull nobody down because you're doing bad.
That's right.
But
that's right.
The main thing is it's all about communication. You gotta communicate. That's the biggest thing, and I think that's one of the problems in relationship is communication and finances.
Yes.
And finances will break up a relationship, but then you got to come in the relationship and you got to talk about those things like, okay, this is what we're going to do and we're going to do it together. It's not about you do this and I'm not going to do that. It's us doing it together.
Now, early in that relationship, the first one, was he really supportive in the beginning? I mean, 12 years is a long time.
The first one wasn't 12. The second one was 12.
Oh, the second one was 12.
Yeah, the second one was 12. But the first one, he was very financially stable. But that came from upbringing because his parents taught him that when you take on a wife and you take care of your wife. But like I said, that was my fault because I was still wanting to do my thing.
Ooh.
The second one, I think it was just plain selfishness, just not wanting to take your responsibility. And then realizing that, oh, wow, I got a family here. You know, I'm responsible for these people. But you have to think about that before you get to the point of saying I do. You know, that this is a big responsibility. Are you willing to take it? If not, don't jump in it.
That's right.
It's easier to be out of it than to jump in it, and then there's a big problems at the end.
Yes, yes. Now, let's talk about Brian a little bit. Now, he's your Mr. Right. Now, we talked about, like I mentioned earlier, I read somewhere, and I thought it was on Oprah website that a lot of people say soulmate. Soulmate is like somebody that's like you can share everything. It's like when you with this person, it's like it don't necessarily have to be like that deep, lustful love, but it's like that real friendship love that no matter how old you grow, you can still hold each other's hand and say things that's so magical. I mean, do you feel that's what soulmate means?
I think that's a relationship. I think that my honest opinion is that you have to be able to communicate. You got to be friends. That's first and foremost. You got to start out as friends. And 9 times out of 10, you do start out as friends. Then you have a relationship. But it's like somebody that you can go to and talk about anything in the world and know that they got your back, or that whatever you talk about, it doesn't leave the comfort of wherever you're talking about it, or they understand what you're saying, and they may not agree with you, but you're not going to sit up there and beat each other down. You know, we're going to always agree to disagree, but you got to support the person and what they're saying. I mean, right, wrong, and indifferent. You know, there's some things that I say he may not agree and vice versa, but, you know, we just let it go. Or we come back to it later. And then sometimes it don't always work out like that.
Yeah,
but
you're human. We're human.
You're human, right. You know, we may walk away later and then come back and go, okay, I get what you're saying. But it's more of the fact that I love it because they got your back. They got your back on whatever may happen. If you have a financial situation or any type of situation come up, they don't run away from it. They got your back.
Yeah.
You know, they're not like, oh, I ain't got no money. Let me get up out of here while I can. It's like, no, we work this out. We'll sit down and work this out, or let me see what I can do. That's what I love about them, because he got my back.
That's right. That's right. And I met Barry before, and Barry is a real gentleman. I mean, your friends is his friends, and vice versa. I know,
and that is true. That is so true, and it goes both ways. He accepts my friends, and he treat them as my friends, and he knows that I take friendship as loyalty, and if you come in, he would treat you as though like he's known you for years. But it's nothing different about him, nothing changed about him. He make you laugh. You know, he real. He's real.
Now let's talk a little bit about Brian now. Has Brian ever been married?
No.
No. Oh, wow. Okay. So what was it like, you know, the conversation when he found out that, you know, you've been married 2 times? I mean, what was his reaction?
Nothing. I asked him how does he feel about it, and he said you don't. It's not no big thing to him.
Wow. I mean, he's a seasoned guy too. I mean, he's a guy that knows what he wants. Obviously, you know, you're that person. I mean, because I remember when we met you, you were in really good shape. Nobody really believed, you know, your age and anything. And then your focus was on your daughter, your granddaughter, and your mom. Now he took on all of that. Now, let's talk about that a little bit. Now, these people are really close to you. They're big in your heart right now. And I know he kind of embraced them the same way. Tell us a little bit about that, the relationship with your daughter, your granddaughter, and your mom with Barry.
Well, I'm going to start with my daughter. When we first met each other, we were friends, and he took on my daughter like it was his daughter, and they built a real strong relationship. Matter of fact, she sees him as her father. My daughter's father died when my daughter was 1. So she really she had one, I guess, say so-called father in her life, but she sees him as a father, and the reason being is because he doesn't try to be her father. He tries to be a father figure, but at the same time a friend, but then he's a teacher because he teaches her things that a girl should know from a man's perspective.
That's right. Now, her dad, you weren't married to her dad.
No, we were engaged.
Okay.
And then
so
he
passed
away.
You lost him, right? You lost him. Okay, so Brian's taking on that role as a dad. I mean, he's doing a good job at it. He's there for everybody. Now, how about your granddaughter? I know she's really close to your heart.
She's close to him too, because he's been there since the moment that she's been born, and that's all she knows. And they two of a kind. They're two of a kind. They're born in the same month. They're two of a kind. But it's like one can't do without the other. If she doesn't see him, she questions where he's at, and vice versa.
Wow.
But they're close, and you can't even separate that.
All right. All right. Let's talk about your mom now. I know you and your mom are very close. You guys, she's been going through a little bit over the last few years with her health. Like anybody, we have aging parents. We have to take on that role. It's a different role for us now. What was the experience like for Barry?
Well, when I talked to him about wanting to move her in, we talked about that, and we talked about my time. We talked about the things that I'm going to be have to do because I'm the person that takes her to all of her appointments.
Right.
But he supports me in that as well, because there are times that he has pitched in to help out.
Wow.
Now, in the beginning, it wasn't an easy transformation, because my mother is the type of person that she don't, how some parents just don't want to let go of their children, or they don't want to share. So
right.
I think in the beginning it was like she didn't want to share. And then it just took some time, because she didn't really know. She knew of him, but she'd never been around him. She did not know him. So it just took some time. But then I see her seeing him as another son, because she, if he's not around, she asks, or he pitches in and he helps out. So everything is good.
All right. Now, do you have any siblings?
I have 2 brothers.
All right. Now, okay. Now, the brothers. How's he bonding with the brothers? What's going on there?
My youngest brother, they get along very well. My oldest brother doesn't come around much, and part of it's his health, and then some of the things is going off with his family, as far as his daughter. But when he does come around, they know who he is. But him and my youngest brother, they talk a lot.
All right, good. Now let's talk about some things you guys have done together. Tell us what's been so wonderful and exciting about this relationship, because everybody got their moment where they just want to go everywhere together and share everything together. Tell us about some really fun times you guys have had, because you told me, I heard some of the, you guys' little summer trips and things like that. Let's hear a little bit.
Yeah. We got a lot of things in common, and one of the common grounds is we like to shop. And we like to shop when we ain't even got money. But we will go out there. We'll go out there and shop as long as we got gas and food. You don't find a lot of guys that like to do that.
Yeah,
Plus,
that's right.
Another thing, we introduce each other to new things. I've introduced him some things. He introduced me some things. And we always take a trip, or we always doing something, and we always having fun, and that's the whole thing. We have fun. We have a lot of fun, and hopefully this year we'll be able to take some real nice trips, like maybe out of the country.
Ah, okay. Really taking it up a notch. Okay.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
do you guys include your friends with some of these trips? 'Cause I think I heard you say one time you guys had you guys go out to those wine tasting events. It's kind of a good little drive.
We do. We do a lot of family trips. We include my daughter and my mother, and we include other couples when we do some things. And most of the time, we do a lot of stuff by ourselves. I don't know. We just sometimes get up in the morning and go, okay, let's take a field trip, and we just go. It's just so much fun.
So you do like spontaneous things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
now when you guys plan, do you guys take turns? Being adventurous, like here, find something, and say, hey, let's try this, and vice versa.
Yep.
All right. Well, tell us about one of those trips and what was so special about it.
Okay. Well, he likes Myrtle Beach because he likes the water. So he'll sometimes say, okay, let's go to Myrtle Beach, and we'll sit down and plan it. Sometimes, like I said, we'll wake up on Saturday morning and go, okay, let's do a field trip, drive to Philadelphia, and just hang out.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like he has a friend that lives up in PA, and he may have talked to him during the week and made arrangements to say, well, maybe Sharon's not working, we'll hop up there, and we'll just drive up and hang out with them, and it's really nice. He lives up in Wilkesburg, and it's really nice, real quiet, real peaceful.
Yeah, it is.
It's so pretty up there, and we just hang up there. It's just hanging out.
Yeah. And how about your conversations when you guys are driving? I mean, what are your conversations like? It's like you listen to the other person whine about work, or do you guys just say, forget it, it's just about us?
We got a 2-minute rule. You say what you have to say about anything that happened there, and then once you finish, that's it. It don't come back up. It don't come back up. But we'll talk about music, like we'll listen to a radio station, and we'll talk about, oh, yes, such and such had a new song out. Did you hear it? And we'll talk about that. Or we may talk about maybe a movie coming out, or we may talk about just maybe something that we heard on the news, and we'll talk about it and hear his view on it and give my view. And like I said, we may not agree all the time, but it's just a view.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
It's just, just conversating. I mean, I'm not going to say everything is rosy. I don't want everybody to think that everything is rosy. We have our, little ups and downs, but, we chill out and we come back because we know what we got.
That's right. That's right. Nothing a little drink can cure, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. For those who know me.
That's right. That's right. Now, what was New Year's like for you guys this year? The New Year's, bring the New Year's in.
This year we stayed home. We invited another couple. We have another couple that I've been knowing for like years. Jackie and Dwight. They've been married for years, and we invited them over, and we had my girlfriend, my bestie, Tawana, she came over, and they just came over. They just called us up and said, well, what are y'all doing? We was like, nothing, just sitting here. We were going to look at TV, and they came over, and we just got to talking, just ramming it off at the mouth.
That's right. That's right. And I met a few of your friends. We had a couple nice some events at your home. I remember one time you got a DJ, and we was out the outside line dancing and everything. That was hot. That was hot. And when would something like that happen again?
Probably. I don't know, because, see, those are some of those spare of the moment type things where, like, I think the last thing, I think it was my birthday party, or no, my mother's birthday party. I'm not sure. But those are those things where, like, we'll sit down and we'll go, all right, let's have a big something, and I'll plan it, and we just go for it. So
yeah, that was
maybe
really,
this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe this year. I don't know. Maybe next year. I don't know.
That's right. Depends on how the money flowing, right?
That's it. That's the main thing.
That's right. All right. Well, I understand your team is in the playoffs and everything. Because I remember you being a big Colts fan, and congratulations to you.
And they were about to give up on them.
That's right.
I still got some seats available, y'all.
So are you having a playoff party?
I probably will do that. Invite some of my Raven friends over. Let them come into the Colts den. See what it's like.
All right. Now who's Bri? I think Bri was a Ravens fan.
Raven. All the way Raven. My daughter's a Raven. I wouldn't be surprised they brainwashed my granddaughter to be a Raven. But I'm going to change that.
That's right. Now, one of the things that we're looking to do in the Baltimore area with Uncovering Mr. Right, we want to come into people's homes with their intimate friends and host some parties where we play some games and where we get it all on tape and get everybody's perspective on Uncovering Mr. Right. We hope that you'll be open to that and you invite us to come out and join. All right.
Okay. All right.
Good. And I appreciate your guests tuning in. Listen to our show, and we're coming to a closure. And before you go, can you give us any comments, any advice to the young ladies out there that's in a new relationship or a little disappointed because they haven't found it Mr. Right yet?
First off, don't go looking for it because, see, you may look in the wrong direction. Just be open to, just open, communicate. Don't just be grabbing anybody just because you just got to have somebody. And another thing, don't set your standards so high. I mean, just look for somebody that's going to treat you right. That's the main thing. Treat you right, respect you, and put you first. I mean, you put God first, but put you first. And it'll fall into place. And get to know them. Oh, my God, because I tell women all the time, Joe's habits didn't just show up 10 minutes ago. He had them habits a long time ago.
That's right. He's not changing overnight.
Get to know him.
That's right. And, and since I've been doing this show, I've been looking at, various websites, for women, and I'm looking at some of the questions and answers and some of the blogs. And a lot of times, a lot of the advice columnists are saying, hey, you can't change a man. He's not going to change. So, he may not show you all his cards when you first meet him, but just get to know him. Just like you said, just get to know him over time, bad things and good things. You're going to see it all.
And also, he got to be willing and wanting to change, and he will only do it if he feels as though you are worth it.
That's right.
If he really wants to change because he looks at you and says, she's worth it, and she's worth me changing for.
That's right. And that's like, like hanging out in the street, giving up his friends, being more serious about his career. Just some of the things that help build a relationship and make it strong. And something he can accept over a long, long time, because you're looking at the long haul for this thing, not the short term.
And being honest and trust. That's the key word, being honest and trusting.
That's right. Build that loyalty, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right. We appreciate Sharon coming on the line from Baltimore, giving us her perspective and sharing her life with my audience. We really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, continue to tune in. You can find all these shows on demand on www.uncovering-Mr-Right. And you can go ahead and Google that, and that'll come right. That'll be Uncovering Mr. Right. We got YouTube out there. If you like to hang out on YouTube on your smart TV, that's fantastic. But thank you so much, Sharon, and we'll see you on the party line tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen who's tuning in, join us on the party line tonight, starting at 10 o'clock. We're going to have a special guest, Mr. Hamilton. He's a graduate from Johns Hopkins. He's a single guy. He's in his 30s. We're going to find out what's going on in his mind. With this perfect guy. This guy got this great job. He has his own home. He has his own car. He pays his bill on time. What is he looking for? So we're going to try to uncover this guy tonight. So please tune in. Let's use the same number you used, the same access code, and you'll hear us tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. This is Jerry Voice. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.